Sha doji sembalu don godalu no nawatailu jabgui. This is a saying, a dialogue that my mom used to keep giving me when I was a kid. And it wasn't until later when I developed my proficiency in Songha that I understood what it meant. It basically means that without the names being used, it means that if you turn your face towards the east, then your back is turned towards the west. Hi, my name is Karma Dendrup, and this is another Wednesday, which means it's time for hashtag my take. And today the letter is O, and the words are opportunity cost. So going along the lines of what I started with, Sha doji sembalu dongo dalu nupnawatailu japkome. With the years of living that I have under my belt now, I've come to realize that essentially everything is a choice, and if it's a choice, then it means it's a trade-off. I was just sharing with my friend just a few moments ago that a long time back in grade 9 in Yangchupu, there were very few economic classes in the subject economics that I attended, but from the many ideas and concepts that were shared in those classes, I have been able to retain two. One is optimum point, and the other is opportunity cost. And basically, without going into finance jargon, I think what I can, in a plain and simple English, what it means is everything has a cost. And like if you are turning your face towards someone, then you're turning your back towards somebody else. And while it almost seems like a no-brainer, because this is my video and it's my take, and it's always been my hope to share the little learning and experience that I have so that you young adults who come across my videos don't make the same mistakes that I did. And opportunity cost, while like I was sharing, it's an economic term, I think it is important and it has its place and relevance in parenting, because not so much if you have a single child, but if you have more than two offsprings, if you have two children, then whenever you're turning your face towards one or you're showering one with attention, the other one feels neglected. And along the same lines, in life itself, if you're choosing to buy a pair of shoes, then maybe you miss out on buying a jacket. Maybe if you're buying an Android, then you miss out on buying an Apple phone. And while it may not seem like a great revelation, knowing that everything has a cost, and knowing and being aware of the fact that when you're turning your face towards something, then you're turning your back towards something else, I feel it adds to a mindful life. And while there is no way that you can make everyone happy by leading a mindful life, at least you would minimize the hurt and pain that you cause. The main reason why I wanted to talk about opportunity cost, although I tried to speak about parenting as well as tried to slowly bring in economics and finance into the picture, the main reason that I wanted to share about opportunity cost is because many of us have no financial education in our life. And as you grow older and the more educated you want to become with regards to your finance, there is just too much information and you can't find your way through it. But two things that I wanted to share along the lines of opportunity cost is assets and liabilities. Basically, assets are things which add to your net worth, whereas liabilities are things that loses you money. While we were raised to think that a house is an asset, uh, in the learning and in the time that I have spent educating myself, it's not really an asset if you are not renting it out and you're not making any money out of it. If you have no rental yield, or if you are not, basically, if you're not making any money out of it, then if you're just going to live in it, and if you're not going to sell it and you're not making any extra money out of it, then it seems to fit more in the liability category. Along the same lines, here in Bhutan, a lot of EVs and a lot of different manufacturing companies are making its way into Bhutan. And I noticed that people are now slowly, as their incomes increase, are moving from not just changing phones every year, but almost even changing cars every year. And a car, if you look at it and if you do the maths on it, is definitely a liability. Not only does it cost fuel, you have to pay tax, you have to pay insurance on it, but the most surprising and shocking information I found with regards to how a car falls in the liability category is because as soon as you buy the car and you drive off from the showroom, your car's price, whatever price you paid for it, it depreciates by almost, I think some people say 13%, some say 15%. So even from day one, almost from the first hour of buying your car and leaving the showroom, your car starts to lose you money. And besides that, a phone or a laptop, depending upon how you use it, if you're using it for work, then it falls into the asset category. But and if you're using it only for entertainment, while one can argue that entertainment is also part of a happy life, so then that division becomes a bit more blurry. But I think it's safe to assume that a phone is also a liability. It's especially a liability if you feel the compulsion and the peer pressure to update your phone every year. So, with regard to opportunity cost, that's what I wanted to share. That let's be mindful as parents, if you have more than one child, that you are not turning your face towards one and turning your back to the other. And besides that, with regards to financial education and becoming more financially sound, let's see if you can bucket together whatever your possessions and whatever your your material wealth or whatever you possess, if you can put it into two categories of assets and liabilities. And a way to a more financially healthy life would be to find ways and means to increase your asset and decrease your liability. So that's all I wanted to share today. And thank you, everyone. I especially want to send a shout out to Jamyang sir from Deshincholing Higher Secondary School. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity this Saturday to speak to the staff of Deshincholing Higher Secondary School. There were 114 of you, and I hope that the 3 hours, close to 3 hours that we spent together, I was able to add a little bit of what I have experienced and a little bit of what I know, so that you, just like I shared in the beginning of this video, you do not make the mistakes that I did, and you lead a more healthier, a more fulfilled life. And lastly, don't forget to analyze and realize.